Whether as an individual or as a group, numerous people oppressed and were oppressed by one another. While history repeated itself with hideous acts of oppression, humanity experienced its dreadful consequences. To portray the theme of deliverance from oppression, the Bible portrays the Israelites, a group of people, in the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus begins with the Israelites brutally enslaved under Egypt with bitter services. Yet in all these troubles, God saw his chosen people oppressed, and God knew what he was about to do. One day, God appeared to Moses, born from the Israelites, with a commission to confront the Pharaoh and lead the Israelites out of slavery. At first, Moses and the Israelites were daunted when Pharaoh refused Moses' plea to leave Egypt. But God assured Moses to deliver the Israelites with great acts of judgment. In fact, God soon ordained a series of 10 plagues in Egypt to repay Pharaoh's evil. While supernatural disasters and various diseases struck Egypt, Pharaoh continuously spurned the Israelites. However, God accomplished Israel's deliverance through the 10th plague, the death of the firstborn son. When every firstborn of the Egyptians died, Pharaoh then realized his folly and released the Israelites from slavery. God was merciful and compassionate to redeem Israel, and no one was able to oppose God's plan for his people. Today, the good news is that the same God who delivered the Israelites from slavery reigns over North Korea. North Korea is a country in East Asia and is one of the communist countries controlled by a totalitarian government. For more than 70 years, North Korea opposed its citizens with prison camps, torture, forced labor, and threat of execution. As the government facilitated a society of fearful reverence to the country, North Koreans were restricted from basic civil rights. Although North Koreans' situation seems to be hopeless, Christianity ironically spread across the nation with a message of hope. Since the fall, Christianity claims that humanity was held captive to sin as people rebelled against God's will and command. While the Bible explains that sin must be paid by the death of the transgressor, God required the Israelites to sacrifice the blood of an animal in order to avoid death. For example, whenever the Israelites sinned, the law of the Israelites commanded them to visit the priests and offer their sacrifices to God. However, the New Testament writers pointed out that the demand for animal sacrifices was fulfilled and made obsolete. The book of Hebrews explained that the blood of animals did not take away sin, but was a metaphor for Jesus Christ, who has sanctified every believer by his own blood. Also, the Apostle Paul, one of the evangelists in the early church, comments that Jesus reconciled humanity to God by propitiating the wrath of God on the cross. Ultimately, Christianity offers deliverance from sin and immorality, which produced oppression among people through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. This deliverance is open to everyone who accepts Jesus in their lives because God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.